The One Big Beautiful Bill Act, passed by the House in May 2025, is a big deal, extending the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, adding new tax cuts, deregulating, trimming some social programs, and boosting family support with things like child savings accounts and an increased child tax credit. Critics slam it for adding to the deficit, favoring the wealthy, cutting social safety nets, and supposedly raising taxes on the poor. But let's dig deeper. First, the deficit. The Congressional Budget Office, the CBO, says the bill adds $2.4 trillion over 10 years. That's true, but there's more to the story. The bill includes $3.67 trillion in tax cuts, offset by $1.25 trillion in spending cuts. Plus, tariffs are projected to bring in $2.8 trillion over the same period. And economic growth from these policies could add $500 to $800 billion in additional revenue. So the real net deficit increase is likely closer to $1.6 trillion. That's significant but far from the sky falling. Next, critics say it benefits the rich while hurting the poor. The top 1% do get a hefty tax break. Meanwhile, the bottom 10% face about a 2% loss, mostly from cuts to Medicaid and SNAP. But here's the catch. Family-friendly provisions like the $1,000 child savings accounts and the boosted $2,500 child tax credit inject $80 to $100 billion annually into households, softening the blow and boosting financial security for 70 million kids. About those social program cuts, Medicaid could lose 7.8 million people, but the bill doesn't make children ineligible. Losses are estimated from parents not working or administrative barriers, not cuts. SNAP cuts affect millions, but again mostly due to stricter work rules and benefit reductions, not eligibility removals. Pell Grants see tighter rules, trimming 700,000 to 1.4 million students, and Medicare faces $500 billion in automatic cuts, potentially less with growth. Some claim the bill raises taxes on the poorest Americans. Absolutely false. The bill cuts taxes for low-income earners. This concern comes from program cuts, not tax policy. Small businesses mostly come out ahead thanks to the 23% Section 199A deduction, $2.5 million expensing, and 100% bonus depreciation, fueling growth and hiring. So, what's the big picture? This bill is not catastrophic. Yes, it adds to the deficit and trims some social programs, but it also fuels a projected 1.5 to 2% GDP boost, adding up to $2 trillion in output and millions of new jobs. Personal incomes could rise, offsetting many downsides. Family support provisions like the child savings accounts and expanded child tax credit inject significant relief directly into households, benefiting millions of children. The doom and gloom headlines? Overblown. When you cut through the noise, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act holds real potential to boost the economy, help families, and create jobs. It's far from perfect, but the scary parts can be overcome by the massive growth and opportunity